Hello and welcome along to this week's episode. They've been doing it all day, sir. Can the Broncos actually win the wooden spoon? Let's get stuck in.
That is a bold intro, and it's starting to work its way up quite quickly.
It is. If you look at the table, it's actually a possibility. So I think the Tigers are within a shout. The Titans are within a shout, and then you've got the Broncos and the Dragons all fighting it out. I think we said this last year. Are they fighting it out for the spoon, or is it just fighting out?
Have to be.
To not winning the spoon. 3 games left, 6 points up for grabs. All of them have had their buys as well. Got the Tigers on 20, Titans on 18, Broncos on 18, and Dragons on 14. So Dragons, the form they're in, you never know. You never know.
They do have to play the Bulldogs, Manly, and the Eels. So they do need to get
winnable games.
The winnable games, 3 wins out of 3 to get out of there. I think the biggest contenders would be the Broncos, as you said, and they are playing. Let me just quickly refresh. It's taking a little bit of time, so we can come back to that. Oh no, it's gone. Well, we can come back to that point. Anyway, when we discuss it, actually, it's back. So
they've got the
Raiders, Storm, and Bulldogs. So you know what? It could happen. It could happen.
And then if you look at points differential as well, they're on like minus 198 and Dragons are on minus 263. If Dragons win a couple of games, that changes. If Broncos lose, and they got thumped by the Warriors at the weekend, which we'll get onto. And they lost Reece Walsh to this is a topical conversation, a hip drop tackle. Obviously, Reece Walsh, syndesmosis injury, out for the rest of the season, probably requires surgery. But you experienced a hip drop tackle this weekend as well, didn't you?
Yeah. So we had the semi-final this weekend for the women's. We felt good. I got absolutely berated by the girls on Sunday for not mentioning anything in the last podcast.
Yeah, we got straight into it last week.
So I was like, I've got to make sure I talk about them this week. One of the girls even turned around and said I had to listen to the whole episode to find out. And I was like, well, okay, sorry for the inconvenience.
Good getting the minutes up.
But yeah, look, we'd had a good training session last Wednesday as well. We were feeling confident going into the game against Mascot. We hadn't played them full strength, so we were really, really looking forward to it.
Paint the picture. I want to hear from the opening kickoff how it all went down.
Opening kickoff, we kicked to them. Just a couple of attacking sets. Just nothing untoward. Our defence was flying up, hitting them, dropping them back. It was really good. They then kicked a ball through. Our fullback picked it up, ran round, and then we were just attacking up. And then I think it got to the 5th tackle.
So 10 tackles in here?
Yeah, 10 tackles in. Our second rower, great pass out. Our second rower hit a brilliant line, like just sidestepped through the gap. She was gone. And then one of the front rowers from Mascot grabbed onto her and just dropped all of her weight onto her leg. And unfortunately, her leg went snap.
Was it one of those ones that you hear? Was it?
Well, I didn't hear it, but the girls around heard it. She heard quite a loud bop, but you can always tell by the reaction of them as well. She's not one to sort of not feign injury, but go down easily.
Yeah.
And the way she sort of yelped out, you knew it was serious quite quickly. So unfortunately, we that happened very like a minute into the game, if that. Do have to say, like I say, she hit a great line, and she was fuming that she didn't score. Like once
Takiaho breaking his leg.
Like talking once we calmed her down, we got her warm, and we got her settled waiting for the ambulance. She was filthy that she didn't score, like break through like cleanly and score. But said we'll give her a little bit of a shout out, as she is a listener.
If we're allowed to as well, we'll put up the picture of the X-ray as well, because decent break.
Yeah, bless her. Like she
fib-tib.
Yeah,
done.
Yeah, she be a massive miss for the prelim final that we've got on the weekend.
What does that leave? Yeah.
So what had happened was we had to wait for an ambulance. So we had to wait an hour for the ambulance. So our game got called because there was games on after. It was supposed to be replayed tonight, but
Bit of rain about in Sydney.
Yeah, a bit of rain, so fields were closed. So unfortunately, because they're the higher ranked team, they automatically go through to the grand final, and we have to play in the prelim final against Leichhardt on Sunday at Forestville.
Where were they ranked, Leichhardt?
They finished 4th, I think.
How? Would it have been 5th to 8th that they would have finished?
No. So it was only top 4. So one and 2 playing the qualifier or whatever it is for the grand final, and then 3 and 4.
Loser plays winner of 3 and 4.
Yeah, and then so.
How did you go against Leichhardt this year?
Beat them twice. So first time we beat them at their place, won 2022. It came down to goal kicking, and then we beat them a couple of weeks ago at our place. I think it was 20 to 8 or something like that, or 2012. Good team, well organised team. Can move the ball very well. Have got moments of fantastic shape.
Yeah.
They're going to be a different test to what Mascot would have been. So we're going to have hopefully a decent training session tomorrow, just to game plan for that, and hopefully we're talking about the grand final.
I was going to say good luck, because the grand final's at the home of...
Well, it's not anymore because Mascot got through. It'll be then in their district, so it'll be down in Redfern or something, which is unfortunate.
That sucks. Hopefully it's not at Heffron Park, because hasn't that got a reputation of having injuries written all over it? Like, there's more calf muscles.
Well, it could be Leichhardt if it's still open. Just because it's a big ground, but they've said Redfern Oval. But all the best. All the best to Sienna on her recovery, and we'll definitely see her back next season. Sad
news, but good luck for next week. Redfern Oval, I've walked past it once.
Lovely.
And it's a all right little venue. Mm-hmm. It's not too bad. Had a piss in the toilets there as I was walking, so know it quite well. But yeah, how was the rest of the weekend? Get up to much?
Not really. No, it was quite a quiet one from that. Made a lovely chicken and leek phyllo pastry pie.
A little bit of crisp on top.
It was delicious. It was devoured. Not gonna lie. But nah, other than that, pretty quiet. What about yourself?
Nah, didn't get up to much. Had a birthday party. Sunday, kids' birthday parties. They seem to be rolling around. I think I'm spending more money on other kids' presents than I am my actual kids. But pretty quiet one. But it started off, must admit, didn't have the greatest of Friday nights.
It was not good.
Started off Friday night with Manly against the Dolphins. We'll get onto that in a bit, but we'll kick it off with what was the match of the round, and it was on Thursday night, and it was absolute barnstormer. Low scoring game though, low scoring affair. Some big moments in this game that, let's think about it actually. Over the last 2 weeks, or last week, Penrith have played both the Warriors and the Roosters, lost to both, but I think those 3 teams are solidified for the top 3. Yep. If we had to summarise like who you think was the strongest from those 2 games, who would you put it down to?
I think the strengths lie. Well, you've got to take Penrith out of it because they lost both of them.
A brave man counts Penrith out.
But you then look at how both Sydney and Warriors beat Penrith. Sydney were very much a just clinical, do the jobs correctly.
Their goal line defence was
outstanding.
Solid. Yeah.
And it's those 1%ers that do peak you above, where the Warriors just ran riot, and they were so quick in their attack, and they were able to just absolutely burst through Penrith's line. So, look, they were able to stop Penrith from scoring Roosters, which obviously is going to help you win a lot of games. And then they got over the line with DCE scoring a couple, whereas the Warriors, like I said, have attacking threats throughout. So I think this could be one of the closest top 3s in a while.
Yeah.
And from this now, I don't know where it's going to go. I think it is a genuine 3-horse race.
I do. Out of the two victories over Penrith, I think that the Warriors was better. But then it makes you then go, well, hang on. That was in Auckland. It was Indigenous round. Like, there was the haka before. They lost Yo quite early. But they did absolutely out physical them through the middle, and they were fantastic. And the Warriors forward pack is something else. Barnett, obviously he's off at the end of the year, but he's just throwing his body all over the place. Fisher Harris as well. and even Wade Egan, I've said this before and I've been saying it for a long time since I found out that he was available November 1. Like, Manly should throw the house in. We need a decent hooker, and he just knows how to pick the ball up from the bottom of the ruck. He knows like how to put defenders out of position. I think he's someone that we should go after. But then I look at the Roosters game, and I think the Roosters did get a bit lucky. There was a few calls, few sloppy errors. Like Brian Toto scores over in the corner, and he's just out. Like, feet are just out. But I wouldn't count Penrith out of this. I don't think they'll win the minor premiership. I think the Roosters will win the minor premiership. I think the Warriors will come third, with Penrith coming second. That means the Warriors play away from home first week, and then likely at home the week after that. But then when it comes to the prelim final, they've got to play away, and I just don't know whether they'll be able to do that. I think Penrith, or whoever they come up against, it'll probably be either Penrith or the Roosters, if I think I've worked that out correctly. I think they'll just be another level. Penrith, I wouldn't write them out. I do think...
No, definitely not.
In the final, they'll have their experience to draw upon. They would have figured it out. They've been chopping and changing quite a bit with their team. I think they'll figure it out, and they'll... Nathan Cleary will go, I'm going to end it here. I'm going to announce immediately after I've lifted the Clive Churchill? What's the one for the player of the match in the grand final?
I think it is Clive Churchill.
Yeah, he's going to lift that, and then he's going to go, I am 007, I'm signing for the PNG Chiefs. I actually reckon that's what's going to happen. But Warriors absolutely towel up the Broncos. Broncos are garbage.
Yeah.
Like, do you know, we spoke about Reece Walsh hip drop. Like, fair play to him for carrying on and giving it a go, but he tries to sweep out the back after the injury, tries to throw some loop pass over the top, bang, intercepted the other way. Was it Wateni Zelezniak, I think, just took it the whole length of the field, and from then on it was just one-way traffic. Like, they're absolutely in trouble, the Broncos. And I mean...
Well, the point that you made, and I think we've got to touch on, is one of the most injury-prone players that have been this season in Luke Metcalf, and you dropped it in the group chat, Tommy Turbo Mark II.
All the build-up to the game was that Matty Nable, like, hype-up of his game last week where he stands there with his arms up in the air. I thought he was waiting for people to come and celebrate with him when he had his arms in the air, but no one turned up. And then they're saying, he's gone to America and seen the best specialists like Tommy Turbo. It's like, well, hang on. We know this script. Yeah. Like, Turbo's a pretty injury prone with hamstrings, but to do it kicking, that's the third person to do that hamstring kicking.
Back-to-back weeks as well.
It's mental.
Yeah, it is crazy. And you've got to look at has the physicality of the game put more stress on players, especially in the skilled positions, just with the 6 agains being outside of the 20. Is this the repercussions later in the season that we're starting to see the sort of tears and whatnot?
I think it is. I think it's that constant having to, like, always be on. There's no rest time. There's no getting the heart rate down. Like, there's no, it sounds weird, like muscles relaxing. So full sprint. And as soon as there's a 6 again, imagine you hear that buzzer. You're like, right, we're on here. Body tenses up again. You go. Probably a lot more stress going through the muscles. But to do it on a kick, like...
Yeah. But it's strange how it's been back to back. Like, it was the Rabbitohs, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, last week. And then now Metcalf this week. It's not like an anomaly now. Like you say, it's the third injury that's come off.
Was it Adam Reynolds as well the other week that done it? Maybe a hamstring off of injury.
I think,
or calf. Yeah, because they thought he'd done his Achilles, or someone had done their Achilles. No, that was the young geezer from last week.
Yes,
but someone else did it as well.
It's when you start seeing patterns that you got to start worrying. And if someone goes again this week, then you've got to start looking at some outside things.
But when it comes to Turbo and Metcalf, I think, like, we've touched on it before with Turbo, it's got to come down to their mechanics. Like, it's got to come, like, there was that thing that came up around Turbo's running style, how he's heel dominant when he runs, and that can lead to, like, hips being in the wrong position. And I think if Metcalf is having similar issues, I know one of them was his ACL when he got absolutely walloped last year, but if he's had a couple of hamstrings, like, is it to do with mechanics? Is it one of those things where, like, I know this is going off to a different sport, but like Reece James in the Premiership, just constantly injured for Chelsea. I think it's just going to hamper his career.
Yeah,
and
massive shame.
He's not going to be able to reach those heights. But the team that the Broncos are in the battle for the spoon with the Dragons, they seem to be on a bit of form at the moment.
They are.
They beat what is it, back to back victories, or is it only back to back? But they beat the Tigers 24-22. Tigers are in disarray. I think they've lost 9 on the bounce. Like, they're drawn into the wooden spoon race. Dragons without Gutherson get it done. Where Manly's last home game of the season is against the Dragons.
I'm not confident with the way with just the confidence the Dragons are playing with as well. Like, the bullying sort of teams, I think is a good way to do it. Like, granted, they let the Tigers back into this a little bit as well, but it's what Dragons fans must be sat there going, where's this been for the majority of the season? The team hasn't changed that much. I know that Dean Young has come in and he's implemented a different or his own stamp on it, but why weren't these players sort of kicking like 5-6 rounds previously?
Absolute random one. So Dean Young comes in, takes over a poor team, and they perform poor for a significant period of time, but you can clearly tell they're working on something. You can clearly tell they're changing things and things are going throughout the season, and now they're finding a bit of form, bit of confidence back end, and they're starting to win games and put in performances. Compare that to Foreign, where immediate hit, like immediate increase of performance, but have fallen off horrendously. Who do you think's in a better position for next year? And
I
look,
think
take into consideration the signings.
I was just about to say Dragons,
well.
just by the signings that they're bringing in. Look, not saying that Manly are going to be in a dreadful position next year, but there needs to be some big changes in Manly's attack, which I think this moves quite nicely onto our discussion about Manly, because if you camp for 15 minutes in a team's half and not score or not come away with any points, like, there's something bad and there's something like horrendously wrong with your attack.
The biggest concern about this is the scoring of 0 points. Like 22-0, we get turned over by the Dolphins. We'll talk about a turning point in a minute, which I don't know whether it'd have changed the game, but it was a bit frustrating. But the biggest worry is 33 years since we've been held to 0 at Brookie, and 13 years since we've been held to 0 in the NRL. It just didn't look anywhere near like we were going to score. There was just nothing. As soon as we got in attacking inside the 10, there was nothing. We were trying to whip it wide. We've got no power going through the middle. Like Paseka obviously being out. Leafi, I'll give him credit, ran hard, but beyond that, like, we didn't have anything.
Everything seems to be moved so slowly from the bottom of the ruck. It's like defenses seem to be up in the attacking shape's face before they've even got the ball. Since
we pointed that out, and we were like getting frustrated with how lack of, like, we'd pick up the ball, would be passed, and we'd make 2 meters and someone would be up in the face. The following games after that I was watching, so can't remember who played on the Friday night, but even on the Saturday was watching the games, and it's like, I don't know, it feels like our ruck play, like you say, is so slow because other teams are getting 8 meters before anyone is near them. Like,
I think it's to do within the ruck itself and how slow people are getting to the feet, where it's allowing defenses to set and be ready to go. Whereas you've still got people backtracking and you've got nines who are looking to nip off take scoots off the bottom of the ruck and honest and keep teams going. Whereas we don't really have an attacking threat from the base of the ruck. Like Wakeham, fair play, his passing's a lot more zippier than Simpkins, but other than that, there isn't a Harry Grant-esque scoot in them.
Throw the checkbook at Wade Egan, like, honestly, get him in. But quickly talk about the Dolphins. I wasn't that impressed with them, considering the hype. Great finish from Cobbo, like, don't get me wrong. But
how he got through that. But then that flips onto Falalo at fullback. Like, he's got to be the starting fullback now. I know he's moved into the fucking halves this week, but I don't know why you just don't give Antonio Large a go and just say to Turbo, just take the rest of the season off and get yourself fit.
Yeah.
Because Falala, he was throwing himself about. Like, the one previously that he did the Cobbo as well, and Cobbo got up
whacked him.
Bit shaky. I was a bit nervous because from where we sat, he just looked like it was pure shoulder. And
I thought he was going bin, but when we saw the replay,
it was fucking brilliant. And like you say, how Cobbo ended up getting that ball down when Falala came flying across and he did well. Like, That's incredible. But I think we can flip onto it. But the turning point for what we saw was how Garrick's pass to Saab was called forward. I do not know.
I don't think it's hard to say whether it influenced the outcome of the game, but it certainly would have been interesting to see how it had gone. It was 8-0 at the time.
Yeah.
He's flicked it out of the back of his hand. Like, I don't know how anyone...
Garrick has stayed in front of the ball the whole time when he's sliding forward, and the ball has travelled backwards to Saab. It has not ventured any angle forward.
Well, out of his hand, it's gone backwards. Like, then momentum takes it forward, which obviously that's what happens, and they explain that that's the rules. But what pisses me off so much is that then in the Knights game on Sunday, I can't remember who it was who just bowled over. It might be one of Gagai's ones or Fletcher Sharp or whoever it was that bowled over. Literally, short little offload, about a metre forward, bang, nothing. And it goes over and you're like, well...
It's the one of the Panthers a couple of weeks ago where he literally throws it to, I think it's Lindsay Smith, who's about 5 metres in front of whoever it was. I think it might have been from Cleary. And there's nothing. It was play on. It's like, how are you missing them, but are calling an out of the back of the hand ball that goes... it was just such a shit call.
I then on Saturday, or it might have been Saturday night, Sunday, I can't remember, watched the highlights of the Wallabies against Japan.
Yeah.
And in there, Wallabies' second try went over, obviously starts celebrating, and then the bunker gets involved and they ruled it a forward pass. Why can't they do that in the NRL? Why can't they say... rule a forward pass from the bunker? I don't get it. I know some of them are really tight and but it's then discretion. There still is that human error involved,
of course.
which I think is
if there's no overturning evidence, you just go with the on-field decision, and that's fine. Some of them, it is difficult because the angles of the telly and whatnot to see whether it is gone forward or it is flat. But there are some very obvious ones that are missed, and it's all to do with the hands of the person who's playing the ball. If they're lining up side to going to the side and their hands are angling like that, you know the ball is going forward. Whereas if it's going flat, they'll be towards to the side, and if it's going backwards, the hands are going to be going backwards. That if you look at the mechanics, it's how it's coming out of the hand is a big giveaway of where it's going.
It's something they certainly got to look at and think, right,
definitely.
And I said this on Friday. I'm not an advocate for everything being decided by technology. No. So I don't want sensors in the ball. I don't want cameras dotted around to be able to tell you whether it goes, because then you're taking what I think is the controversy out of the game. And controversy does, like we're talking about it now, it increases engagement, eyes on the sport. Some people feel robbed, some people don't feel robbed. And I do get there's money on certain things as well. So you want to get it perfect, but it's part of the game. But do I think if we had scored then, if they'd let it go, reviewed it and gone, nah, that's gone backwards, and we're 8, well, it was a kick from the sideline. Who knows who would have got that?
8-4. Just to be conservative.
Would have been 8-4. Would it have made a difference? You never know, because we then might have had a bit of momentum, gone down the other end, done something.
And that's one thing you've got to take. Momentum's a massive thing in sport. A momentum shift can spark something, and when especially in attack, you may see something that you might not have because you're riding with a little bit more confidence because you've got the shift behind you, and you get that little bit of extra speed. So something could have been created, but look,
just end the season. I want the season. I'm not looking forward to this game against the Knights at the weekend.
No.
The team's in dire straits. Then we've got the Dragons, which is last game at Brookie. I don't know what will happen. Then we go to Auckland, last game of the season, where they could be fighting for a top 2 spot. That is not going to be pretty, I'll tell you that. Let's just touch on the last 4 fixtures that we have. Eels, Cowboys, 32-30, absolute barnstormer of a game. 2 decent games this weekend. Controversial moment at the end. Mitch Moses gets tripped or ankle tap, slides to the floor. Someone comes in, slaps him in the face as he's down. The tackler's low. What's he meant to do? Penalty, 2 points.
Played up to a little bit as well. Yeah. Not the first time this season Mr. Moses has played up for the referee in the dying moments of a game to win a penalty.
There's one earlier in the year against the Tigers, I think.
Yeah, it was the drop goal. It was on the golden point. He hit the deck hard and was like, "No, we don't want the penalty. We don't want the penalty." Yeah. But again, this is the Cowboys putting
silly amount of points and then
just defensively nowhere, and then the Eels again. you just can't put your finger on this Eels team because they
at Combank they're a different team.
Yeah, but they've been involved in some horrendous games at the Combank as well. That Eels Tigers games a couple of weekends ago was absolutely horrendous.
Very true.
And that was at the Combank. So,
but that's what I mean. Like the Broncos, you say the Broncos have got them, or the Dragons have got them. Like you never know what are going to turn up. But Rabbitohs. I mean, they towed them up pretty much, didn't they?
They did so well.
Without a few star players, like they had a few back. Fafita was back.
Yeah, he makes such a big difference.
He does. He makes a huge difference. But Bulldogs top 8 race done over. Can they make it mathematically? What are they on 26? I suppose actually with that Cowboys loss, they can.
Yeah.
So not mathematically done, but they need some miracles because the Cowboys have got a bye last round. So they're
essentially on 30.
They're on 30. Bulldogs are on 26. So the Bulldogs need to win their last 3 games and hope that the Cowboys and Rabbitohs lose both. So it's not looking good for them. Rabbitohs though marching on. It seems like they're going to be in the
they're going to be in the 8. Yeah, and they're looking good for that.
And I tell you what, a team that can cause a few upsets towards the end of the season, the Raiders, they are playing well. Like I wouldn't want to be coming up against them at this time of year. And exactly what the Sharks found out, the
Sharks just doing what the Sharks do. Like, how can they have gone on this incredible run that they've gone on?
They did this last year though. They
and then back-to-back losses against Dragons and Raiders.
And then last year, didn't they go out like in the finals? They went bang, was it one and done or can't remember? But they would just towards the end of the season they always seem to lose it. And yeah, I can't see them finishing in the top 4. I think Dolphins might secure that 4th spot. And then the Sharks going to 5th, which means they've got to go the long route to the final, which I can't see them doing.
A team outside of the top 4 hasn't won it. Am I correct in saying that? Because I think
one might have.
I think that's what they like to say every year.
Yeah. I always get reminded of it. Top 4 matters. What is
it does.
You've got to have a minimum of 5 Origin players or something like that, and you've got to finish in the top 4. Roosters tick both of those boxes, annoyingly. And then last game of the round, Knights, Titans. Titans came back in this one. I thought, do you know what? I thought at one point they were going to cause an upset, but in fact, there was that controversial try disallowed. Titans had a few tries disallowed in this one, actually. They got a bit lucky, but there was a bit of passion as well. Like Gagai, injured though. I think he might have done a hammy or something like that. But Knights got to start taking them seriously. They just...
Massively. Their attack is just so good. Like Kalen Bahonga has just come into a different world these last 3 or 4 weeks.
It's crazy they're doing this without Dylan Brown as well.
Well, he's had to step up, hasn't he?
Yeah.
And he's very much turned into that playmaker, and it's incredible. He does it both edges as well. It's not just one side he favours. He's able to swing on both sides of the field and create chances, and it's pretty impressive to watch.
It is. Out of the top 8 now, so we're saying this is the top 8 locked in, finalised. We've got Roosters, Panthers, Warriors, Dolphins, Sharks, Knights, Rabbitohs and Cowboys. So first round would be Roosters, Dolphins, Panthers, Warriors in Sydney. And then the bottom would be Sharks, Cowboys. Either of them could win that.
Yeah.
Either of them, and then Knights, Rabbitohs. That'll be a good game. I tell you what, some tasty fixtures.
Yeah. I've backed the Knights though to beat the Bunnies.
I reckon the Panthers beat the Warriors so that means the Warriors would then play.
Would it be the Sharks or Cowboys?
It'd be the lowest ranked out of them.
So
I
it'd be the Knights or Rabbitohs.
Be the Knights. I tell you what, it'll be interesting. But who's your money on from this point in? If you had to pick one team, even if it hurts to say them.
Do you know what? I'm gonna say it because I think I've been on their back a little bit, just trying to compare to 2023. But I'd love to see the Wires go on and win it.
I would as well, actually. I think we said this last week, or maybe I don't even know who I was speaking to. But Warriors are the team that I'd want to win it out of all of them. It's going to frustrate me though because we got tickets to the final. It's going to be DCE.
Don't really want to see DCE when
it's going to be DCE because he then disappears to Hull and then comes back to a Rooster.
That is
an absolute
wild signing as well. How Hull have found the money to do that, I do not know.
Surely the NRL have got to be.
There's got to be some bits and bobs flying around.
There's got to be. But hit that subscribe button if you're still listening at this point. Obviously, Put it down in the comments below who you think's going to win the Premiership. But let's get stuck into next week's fixtures. Round 25. We've got it's the penultimate. Is that how it works out? It's like the penultimate game to the penultimate game.
Or you could just say there's 3 rounds left.
Anyway, there's 3 rounds left. What's the purple stand for? Oh, the together round. That's what we're on. So Thursday night at Amy Park, the Melbourne Storm $2.97 against the Penrith Panthers $1.40.
I am gonna go. Casey McLean is back in this, which is actually quite a big addition. He's thrown it straight back into the centres there. I'm gonna back the Panthers to get out and win this.
Yeah, Storm. They were on the bye last week, I think. Well, yeah, they were on the bye last week off. But I think Panthers are going to have to bounce back. If they're going to have a strong end to the season, they're going to have to win these last 3 games. So I'm going Panthers.
Yeah, and then the first kickoff on the Friday, 6 o'clock kickoff, we're at the GIO Stadium in Canberra with the Raiders at $1.31 against the Broncos at $3.48.
I'm assuming the Raiders have one more home game before the end of the season, but if not, this is Papali'i's last game at Canberra before he retires. Raiders have been decent at home. They've been in decent form. Broncos absolutely stink. Reece Walsh is out.
Yep.
It's got to be Raiders, isn't it?
Yeah, going to back the Raiders. Back the boys in green.
Got to be Raiders. And then Suncorp, Friday, 8 p.m, Dolphins, $1.24, Eels, $4.10. Before I ask you this, you seen Kelma Tuilagi sign for the Storm?
Really?
Yeah.
It's a good sign.
So they've got...
I'm a big fan of old Kelma.
Bronson Sherry, Kelma, Jermaine Asako from the Dolphins come in.
That's some weight arriving. That's some
I'll tell you what,
power arriving.
Yeah. And they'll still have Achilles. What's his name? Xavier Coates. So that's their 4. That's Jermaine Asako one side, Xavier Coates the other, with Bronson Sherry and Kelma Tuilagi in the centres.
I think he's more of a
you reckon he'll play a second row? I know
row.
he played there for the Eels, and they are, to be fair, they've got what's his chops, the Storm. I can't remember his name.
I was always quite good when Manly let him go because he was a light in a very dark time in that 2023 season. He always came on and caused absolute havoc.
Scottish dessert. Scottish.
Look, if you go in this game, if you go on last week's performances, Eels were scoring points. Dolphins were able to stop them and scored a little bit. And the Paramount Eels had a bit more vavavoom in their attack. But anyway, it's at the Suncorp. I don't think the Dolphins have really lost there this season. I'm going to go for the Dolphins.
Gonna have to join you on that one. Dolphins win this. They've got to turn up on the offensive side of the ball. I think they're going to clean house. Oh, fuck off.
And then we'll be at the Diggers watching this.
Get a couple of free drinks. Yeah. Can't argue that.
Yeah, we'll soften the blow. So we've got the first kickoff on the Saturday, 3 o'clock kickoff at the McDonald Jones Stadium in Newcastle. We've got the Knights at $1.47 against the Seagulls at $2.71.
Turbo's back.
Yep.
How long's his hamstring going to last? Do you think he makes it to the end of the season? I'm not too sure. Look, backline actually it's our strongest backline. It's Turbo, Saab, Kohler, Garrick, Hopewarte. The only issue is we've got Clayton Fa'alalo playing 6. I'm interested to see how he goes though. But this is where Jamal Fogarty has to step up. He hasn't been able to do it since Brooks has been out. He needs to be the commander of the ship and he needs to boss the boys about. Where I think we struggle is up front. Like Ben's back. We do, it's our front row. Leafi's good running the ball, but he's not a bruiser. He's not like power runner through Nathan Brown. Been performing better over the last couple of weeks, but still he's just not that size. I do like his late footwork, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, look.
Navali's on the bench. I think I wouldn't be surprised if Navali and Brown swap. I think Brown is going to start on the bench, and the two, I think it may be Lenaz comes in at hooker and Wakeham goes to the front row, or Navali comes on and replaces Brown. I don't see Brown starting the game.
Either way, unfortunately, I think the Newcastle Knights win this.
I don't tip against Manly, so I'm going to go Manly.
Fair enough, can't argue. And then 5:30 kickoff at the Accor. Rabbitohs, $2.22 against the Warriors, $1.67.
Oh, this will be a tasty fixture.
It will be.
This will be a very good fixture. I think there's going to be tries, and more tries.
You've seen Latrell Mitchell's been named in the 22 jumper as well, so could late fitness test could see him back in.
Oh, it's such a good back line, that. that Warriors back line.
Leka Halasima is an absolute animal.
I'm going to go for the Warriors.
I think the Warriors prove their mettle in Sydney and they get the victory as well.
Yeah, and then we've got the final kickoff on the Saturday. It's 7:35 at the Allianz Stadium. We've got the Dragons at $2.67 against the Bulldogs at $1.48.
Battle of the V.
Battle of the V.
Battle of the V. Yeah, fuck it, Dragons.
Yeah, I was like, give the ball to Moses Suli. Like, that man is on a mission at the moment. The Bulldogs looked very disjointed against the Bunnies in the last game. Galvin and Crichton were getting at each other a little bit, and a little bit of
and Crichton
trouble in paradise.
In the ref, pushing the ref, nothing comes of it. Bloody Bulldogs. Gus Gould's got the whatever they are in his pocket.
I don't know how. It was Ashley Klein, wasn't it? It was all about me.
Yeah,
Mr. All About Me. Like, he should have been. It was all down to Klein. Like,
I can't talk, but his bold, shiny head.
Klein's positioning was absolutely dreadful.
Yeah, but Crichton was pushing him out of the way. It's not like.
Or was he pushing off him?
I don't know.
But yeah, I'm going to join you on the Dragons. Let's back the V.
Yeah, I want to see the Broncos win the spoon. Heard it here first. And then Sunday, 2 p.m. Titans. They've shortened. I would have expected longer odds. Gold Coast Titans $2.74 against the Cronulla Sharks $1.46.
This is the sort of the game that Sharks lose. And on the little run they were going on, you would be tempted to back the Titans. But I see Adam Fanua-Blake's back. Trindle's out.
Yeah, dislocated shoulder while scoring.
Ooh.
First try of the game. 3 minutes, I think he dislocated his shoulder after.
That could be.
Big loss.
Do you know what? I'm just going to go a bit different. I'm going to back the Titans.
Oh, no. Sharks surely get this one done. Surely.
Just to get it out there. And then the final kickoff to wrap up the round. Talking about Roosters at the Allianz, this is just making me think about the game that they played the Dragons at the Allianz on Anzac. We've got the 4:05 kickoff at the Allianz Stadium in Sydney. We've got the Roosters at $1.06 against the Tigers at $9.50.
They might be the shortest odds of the season. Cowboys don't have a bye in round 27. They have a bye this week. Got that one wrong. Roosters by a lot. Cricket score. They're next to the SCG. They could be smacking it over the rope. I reckon this could be 101 all out.
Yeah,
honestly.
Could be big.
But yeah, tips for the round. Well, put your tips below and see how we go. I've had a stinker recent weeks. I think I got 4 out of 8 this week. You must have done worse.
I got 3.
You got 3?
Yeah.
Fair enough. But that's enough for this episode. Enough of us chatting rubbish, broken legs. We've covered it all. We've got broken legs. We've got syndesmosis injuries. We've got forward passes. Yeah, but we'll catch you in the next one.
Good night. God bless.